Hey guys, Time Movie Database here, and today I'm going to be discussing the Sag nominations as well as the BAFTA long lists. Now, we really need to talk about the Sag nominations because this, when I read them yesterday, I was extremely, deeply shocked, okay? So, without further ado, let's go over these interesting nominations. Alright. In supporting actress, we had Katrina Balfe Belfast, Kate Blanchett Nightmare Alley. That's a surprise nomination here. Ariana DeBose West Side Story, Kirsten Dunst's Power of the Dog, and then Ruth Negga in Passing. Nice to see, but big snub, Ingenue Ellis for King Richard. I didn't think Ingenue Ellis would be snubbable. I thought Ruth Negga would. But wow. Kate Blanchett getting in for Nightmare Alley is very interesting. She's really good in that, so I have no complaints on that, but sad that Ingenue Ellis didn't get a SAG nomination for King Richard. So, yeah. Now in supporting actor, this was a crazy category. Ben Affleck The Tender Bar, Bradley Cooper Licorice Pizza, Troy Kotsur Coda, Jared Leto House of Gucci, and Cody Smith McPhee for Power of the Dog. Big snubs, both Belfast boys, Jamie Dornan and Kieran Hines. They did not get in. Both did not get in. I don't know how, but I think the most likely to get snubbed for Belfast is Jamie Dornan. I think Kieran Hines can get a BAFTA nomination and still get the Oscar nomination, but Jamie Dornan's the most likely one to get snubbed. So, wow. Very surprising that Katrina Balfe gets in, but neither Jamie Dornan or Kieran Hines gets in. That's really surprising. Now, Ben Affleck Tender Bar. Not the most memorable performance. Like, I guess they love Ben Affleck. That's like a Bill Murray in On the Rocks or Jared Leto in Little Things. Now, Jared Leto seems pretty locked for a nomination, but I hope he gets snubbed for the Oscar because I did not like his performance. I did not. My voice. Bradley Cooper Licorice Pizza? That's kind of weird. He was good in that, but not really memorable. He was on there for like 10 minutes, I think. Wow. But Troy Kotsur and Cody Smith McPhee are locked for nominations. The rest, who knows? Who knows? Now, female actor, when I saw this, there is one huge snub here. And speaking of snubs, Jessica Chastain, Isa Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman Lost Daughter, Lady Gaga House of Gucci, Jennifer Hudson Respect, and Nicole Kidman for being the Ricardos. Now, Chastain and Kidman and Coleman are locked for nominations, as well as Lady Gaga. Now, Jennifer Hudson getting in was a very huge surprise, especially because of what they snubbed. The biggest snub, maybe of all, maybe even bigger than Regina King getting snubbed for Beale Street Could Talk, is Kristen Stewart for Spencer. How could they not nominate Kristen Stewart for Spencer? Excuse me. Did they not overcome her Twilight years? How did they not nominate Kristen Stewart? Literally the best performance of 2021, and maybe one of the best performances of the century, gets snubbed here. How? How could they do this? Shame on you, Sags. Shame on you. That does not mean her Oscar nomination chances are gone. She can still get nominated for the Oscar even without a SAG nomination, but her frontrunner status is crushed. Crushed into tiny little bite-sized pieces. Rest in peace, Kristen. Oh man. Oh man. Worst snub ever. Probably one of the worst snubs of the century. Alright, now let's go on to best male actor in a leading role. Javier Bardem being the Ricardos. Benedict Cumberbatch, Power of the Dog. Andrew Garfield, Tick Tick Boom. Will Smith, King Richard, and Denzel Washington, Tragedy of Macbeth. Those are your top four that are locked in for Best Actor. Now, for the fifth slot, I thought it was going to be Peter Dinklage for Cyrano, but they went with Javier Bardem for being the Ricardos. They must really love Ricardos. They just love Sorkin, I guess. They didn't nominate J.K. Simmons, yet they nominate Javier Bardem. Like, I don't get that. Like, Javier Bardem was good in that, but not really memorable. I don't know why he needs a Golden Globe and SAG nomination for this. I guess he's a threat for an Oscar nomination now, but we'll see if Peter Dinklage can still sneak in. Now, for cast in a motion picture, we had Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, House of Gucci, and King Richard. No Power of the Dog, no West Side Story, and no Harder They Fall. House of Gucci gets 3 nominations as well as Power of the Dog without ensemble. Oh man. And now for Stunt Ensemble, they had Black Widow, Dune, Matrix, No Time to Die, and Shang-Chi. No Spider-Man, no Eternals, no Nobody, and no The Suicide Squad. So there were a lot of disappointments in every single category. Belfast Boys getting snubbed, Ingenue Ellis getting snubbed, Kristen Stewart getting snubbed, and the last slot going to Javier Bardem. There were disappointments in every single category. I was looking at them yesterday and going, oh my god. Oh my goodness. They screwed up. Again. Oh man. Well, let me tell you that the SAG nominations were a mess. A big fat mess. I can't believe they screwed up. Kristen Stewart getting snubbed. Biggest upset of all time. Oh man. Wow. Alright. Let's talk about the BAFTA Longlists. Okay, so in Best Film, 15 films go through to the round 2 of voting, and 5 will be nominated. This is the only category voted for by all film voting members in all voting rounds. 217 films were submitted for consideration. And the 15 movies are Ricardos, Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Dune, House of Gucci. I expected that. King Richard, Licorice Pizza, No Time to Die. Wow. That's surprising that No Time to Die. That's interesting that No Time to Die gets in. French Dispatch. Nice. Lost Daughter, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. No Nightmare Alley, no Drive My Car, and Spider-Man was not even considered for BAFTAs, so that's kind of sad that Spider-Man wasn't considered for BAFTAs at all. Alright, so let's go through British film. It's not really important, but I'll go through it anyway. After Love, Ollie and Ava, Belfast, Benediction, Boiling Point, The Color Room, Cruella, Cyrano, The Duke, The Electrical Life of Louis Wayne, Everybody's Talking About Jamie, House of Gucci, Kingsman, Last Night in Soho, Mothering Sunday, Munich, The Edge of War, No Time to Die, Operation Mincemeat, never heard of that, Passing, and Spencer. So Spencer doesn't make best film, but makes British film, so yeah, okay. Debut by a British writer, director, or producer, not really important. Afterlove, Boiling Point, Censor, Dying to Divorce, Harder They Fall, that's nice. Hostel, Keyboard Fantasies, Passing, The Power, and Sweetheart. Never heard of those. Okay, now here's a film not in the English language. So we had A Hero, Bad Luck Baiting or Loony Porn. That's weird. That's a weird one. Compartment number 6, Drive My Car, Flee, Hand of God, I'm Your Man, Lamb. That's also weird. The Most Beautiful Boy in the World. Never heard of that. Parallel Mothers got in. Paris 13th District. Still on my watch list. Petite Maman. Celine Sciamma. Riders of Justice. That's interesting. Teton. Thank you. Thank you. And Worst Person in the World. Okay. So, they didn't do, what didn't they do? Oh, that was pretty much it. Glad they redeemed Teton after the Globes and Oscars and Critics' Choice said no. All right, documentary, 14 Peaks, Nothing Is Impossible, Becoming Costo, the Billie Eilish documentary, Cow, Flea, JFK Revisited, looking the through the Looking Glass, Lady Boss, the Jackie Collins story, The Lost Leonardo, The Most Beautiful Boy in the World, which also got a not a got into film not in the English language. That happened with what was that film? The Cave, or I don't remember. The Real Charlie Chaplin, The Rescue, The Sparks Brothers, there it is. Summer Soul, thank goodness. Tina and the Velvet Underground. No Val. Goodbye, Val. Alright, animated film. There's 7 of them. Encanto, Flea, Luca, Mitchell's, Raya, Ron's Gone Wrong, and Sing 2. They didn't do Summon of the Gods. They didn't do Belle. So, yeah. Alright. Director. So we got After Love, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Sean Hayter for Coda, Adam McKay for Don't Look Up, Drive My Car director, good choice, Villeneuve for Dune. Oh, First Cow gets director, that's nice. It wasn't eligible last year, but it's eligible this year, so nice to see First Cow love. Oh, Paolo Sorrentino gets longlisted for Hand of God. That's interesting. Happening, never heard of that. King Richard, PTA for Licorice Pizza, Maggie Gyllenhaal for Lost Daughter, Rebecca Hall for Passing, which she got debut, which she got in for debut. Petite Maman, Celine Sciamma, that's nice. Jane Campion for Power of the Dog, of course. Souvenir Part 2, alright, that's nice. Tragedy of Macbeth, Joel Cohen. The Coen brothers are not didn't work on this project together, but Joel Cohen did. So yeah, nice for Tragedy of Macbeth. Teton, great choice. Spielberg for West Side Story, and then Zola. That's kind of a weird nomination. Alright, original screenplay. After Love, Ricardo's, Belfast, Card Counter. That's an interesting pick. Come on, come on. Thank goodness. I hope it gets nominated here. Don't Look Up, The Duke. Never heard of that. French Dispatch, Hand Up God Again. King Richard, Last Night in Soho. Interesting. They love Edgar Wright. Licorice Pizza, PTA of course. Parallel Mothers, Petite Maman, and Worst Person in the World. Great choices. Great choices. Alright. Adapted screenplay. We have Coda, Cyrano, Drive My Car, Dune, Tammy Faye, The Green Knight. There's The Green Knight. House of Gucci. Ugh. The Last Duel. The Lost Daughter. No Time to Die. Interesting. Passing. Power of the Dog. Macbeth. Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. They didn't do Nightmare Alley, so that means Nightmare Alley is getting shut out at the long lists. Okay, so in leading actress, there's 15 performances and they and they long listed Chastain, Coleman, Gaga, Alana Haim Licorice Pizza, Amelia Jones Coda, Kidman, Jennifer Lawrence for Don't Look Up, Frances McDormand for Macbeth, Renate Redzev, thank you, for Worst Person, Claire Rushbrook for Ollie and Ava, Joanna Scanlon for After Love, Stewart for Spencer, Tessa Thompson for Passing, and Zegler for West Side Story. So those make sense. They didn't do Jennifer Hudson for Respect, or Penelope Cruz, which Penelope Cruz done. She is done. Alright. Leading actor. Riz Ahmed Encounter. Interesting. Adele Akhtar for Ali and Ava. Mahershala Ali Swan Song. Interesting. He got a Golden Globe nomination for that. Javier Bardem being the Ricardos. I thought that would happen. Daniel Craig, No Time to Die. He got nominated for Casino Royale, I think. So that's weird. Cumberbatch, DiCaprio, Dinklage, Driver, House of Gucci, Garfield for Tick Tick Boom, Stephen Graham for Boiling Point, Cooper Hoffman, Licorice Pizza, Joaquin Phoenix, Come On, Come On. They're loving Come On, Come On, which is great. Will Smith for King Richard, and then Denzel for Tragedy of Macbeth. Supporting actress. Katrina Balfe Belfast, Cate Blanchett, Don't Look Up, not Nightmare Alley. I guess Nightmare Alley is getting goose-egged. That's kind of interesting that Cate Blanchett gets nominated for Don't Look Up and not Nightmare Alley. Kind of weird. Jessie Buckley, Lost Daughter. Ana de Armas, No Time to Die. They're loving No Time to Die. Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. And Down Mass. Thank you. Judi Dench, Belfast. Kirsten Dunst, Power of the Dog. Ingenue Ellis, King Richard. Catherine Hunter, Macbeth. Rita Moreno, West Side Story. Ruth Negga, Passing. Vanette Robinson, Boiling Point. Meryl Streep, Don't Look Up. 2 Don't Look Up actresses. And then Anya Taylor-Joy for Last Night in Soho. They're showing some love for Last Night in Soho. Supporting actor. David Alvarez, West Side Story. Let's see if Mike Feist can get in. Cooper, Licorice Pizza. Bradley Cooper, Licorice Pizza. Man. Benicio del Toro, French Dispatch. Jamie Dornan, Belfast. Kieran Hines, Belfast. Mike Feist. There's Mike Feist. Garfield again for Tammy Faye. Kotzer, he's totally getting in. Jared Leto, House of Gucci, again. Woody Norman, thank you. Thank God. Thank God. Pacino, House of Gucci. Ugh, they really love House of Gucci. Jesse Plemons, Power of the Dog. Mark Rylance, Don't Look Up. Kind of weird. J.K. Simmons for Ricardo's and Cody Smith McPhee for Power of the Dog. Kotzer and Cody Smith McPhee are totally getting in. Casting: After Love, Belfast, Boiling Point, Coda, Don't Look Up, Dune, The Hand of God, House of Gucci, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Lost Daughter, Passing, Power of the Dog, Tick Tick Boom, and West Side Story. Cinematography: Belfast, Come On, Come On, yes, Come On, Come On, made it. I love that. Cyrano, Don't Look Up, kind of weird. Dude, of course. French Dispatch, nice. That's good. House of Gucci, ah. Last Duel, that's great. Last Night in Soho, another surprise. Licorice Pizza, interesting. Oh, there's Nightmare Alley. There's something for Nightmare Alley. No Time to Die, Power of the Dog, Tragedy Macbeth, and West Side Story. No Spencer. Sad. No Spencer. No Green Knight. Costumes: Being the Ricardos, Belfast, Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Electrical Life of Louis Wayne, Eyes of Tammy Faye, French Dispatch, Gucci again. They really love Gucci. Oh, Last Night in Soho. That's a nice one. Licorice Pizza. Nightmare Alley again. Power of the Dog. Spencer and West Side Story. There's something for Spencer. Spencer doesn't get cinematography, unfortunately, but it gets costumes, so interesting. Editing: Belfast, Don't Look Up, Dune, French Dispatch, The Hand of God. They're loving The Hand of God. House of Gucci, getting everything somehow. Last Night in Soho, Licorice Pizza, Lost Daughter, No Time to Die. They're really loving No Time to Die. Power of the Dog, Summer of Soul, that's a nice pick. Tick Tick Boom, Teton, another great pick. And West Side Story. Makeup and Hair: Being the Ricardos, Coming to America, Cruella, Cyrano, Don't Look Up, Dune, Electrical Life of Louis Wayne again, Tammy Faye, French Dispatch, Gucci, Kingsman, Last Duel, Last Night in Soho, No Time to Die, and West Side Story. How many times is Last Night in Soho and Gucci gonna make it? Alright. Score: Being the Ricardos, Don't Look Up, Dune, Electrical Life of Louis Wayne, wow, French Dispatch, The Green Knight, great, great pick. Harder They Fall, King Richard, interesting. The Last Duel, thank God not Gucci. Last Duel is a way better score than Gucci. Last Night in Soho again. Wow, they're really loving that movie. Lost Daughter, interesting. Nightmare Alley, there's Nightmare Alley again. No Time to Die, of course. Power of the Dog and Spencer, 2 Greenwood. Alright. Production design: Ricardo's, Belfast, Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Electrical Life of Louis Wayne, French Dispatch, Gucci, Last Duel, Licorice Pizza, okay, Nightmare Alley, No Time to Die, Power of the Dog, Macbeth, and West Side Story. Man, No Time to Die is literally getting everything. Alright, visual effects. Spoiler alert, no Spider-Man. Sorry, Spidey fans. Black Widow, Cruella, Don't Look Up, Dune, Eternals, Free Guy, French Dispatch. Okay, there's visual effects in that? I didn't know that. Ghostbusters Afterlife, Kingsman, Last Night in Soho, another interesting pick. Matrix, of course. No Time to Die, of course. Explosions and crap. Explosions and stuff. Shang-Chi, The Suicide Squad, and Venom Let There Be Carnage. Again, No Way Home. Sound. Quiet Place Part 2. There's Quiet Place Part 2. That's great. Belfast. Coda gets sound. Interesting. Don't Look Up. Dune. French Dispatch. Ghostbusters. Harder They Fall. Nice. Last Duel. Last Night in Soho for sound. Matrix. No Time to Die. Power of the Dog. Tick Tick Boom and West Side Story. So they didn't do Shang-Chi. They didn't do Black Widow. No Marvel. No Marvel stuff. They also didn't do Green Knight or yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not going to do the short films, so there you have it. The BAFTA Longlists and the Sag nominations, which were a mess. So, that's it for this video. Let me know what you thought of the Sag nominations and the BAFTA Longlists down below in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. So, this is Time Movie Database, signing off.